So are solar panels a myth? Today we're going to explore the true numbers of solar panels when it's being mounted onto a landed property. Does it really save the landed owner money?
Then they will deduct from the excess.
Hey, you look at the bill, every single month is kosong eh. Ding, 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 ding. Derek, thanks for making time to show us your beautiful home. Share with us, like, when did you first purchase this property?
In year 2021, I think at that time I bought this house newly from a developer. But of course, I spent another year to do an enhancement to the property.
Share with us, like, some of the specifics about your home.
The land plot is 3,404 square feet. Build out is roughly about 6,005. They got about 7 ensuite bedrooms, 5 located at the second and third level. I have 2 allocated rooms for my game room.
Okay.
Selfish a bit, and then another movie room at the below.
Later we need to have a look. I saw the dart machine and
total they have a 7 bedroom for this house.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I especially like the size of your hall. Your dining is like this.
Yeah, it's
nice,
like a single loading and
open concept. You can park 3 cars. When you say that you spend about close to a year to value enhance your home, and of course I saw that the extensiveness of the renovation looks really beautiful, and I think it really suits your needs as well. And I also realized that you like a lot of like smart home features.
Yes.
Yeah, even like your door is like smart home features.
Yes.
and
I'm not sure.
Eh?
Oh yeah, it's gonna open.
yeah. Yes.
Everything is just like linked to my smart way of controlling my house. So like for example, all the lightings, aircons, fans, and everything that you can name in this house are all centralized, controlled by smart and plus automation. My house is along the road, so I can actually open my gate far away from before I reach my house.
Yeah, then you can just drive straight in.
I can just drive in.
Alright Satish, today's episode is very interesting. We want to really deep dive and find out about the true savings of installing solar panels, especially for a landed home. Thanks for arranging for this home for us to have a look at your work. Sometimes, you know, like at PLB when we sell landed homes, a lot of buyers will ask us, hey, how much does it cost to install a whole set of solar panels, and when should this be done?
Okay, so the rough cost of installation is going to be ranging from about $20,000 to $25,000. So from this, the estimated savings per month is about like $400 to $500 a month.
Right.
So this is good for systems that can last up to 25 years.
Right.
That's the tenure of the solar panel system.
So 25 years is
even at
the
that 25
lifespan.
Years, the system performance will still be performing at 87%.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's still going to extend even more than that.
So anything is going to get covered within 25 years. So imagine if you break even on the 5th year, on the 6th year onward to the 25th year, it's just basically all the profits.
If you didn't install solar panel, how much do you think your bill will be like per month?
If we don't have the bill that is offset, my bill is about $550 to $600. Why is it zero? Because every month, based on the energy that I collected, I'm able to get about $550.
Right. So which means that if you didn't install it, you will spend
probably
average about $600 a month.
Yeah, about $500-$600.
Per year about $7,200.
Correct.
5 years already $35,000.
Exactly. I only paid like $30,000, so that's the reason why I say 5 years will break even. And then any extra, you will be bonus back as a credit, and then eventually I can offset the water utilities or the refuse that charges.
So for this particular landed property, this is semi-D. Usually, let's say for example for a home this size, how many should I call it pieces of solar panel?
You can call it pieces, panels.
Okay.
Yeah, so we call it pieces as well.
You call it pieces as well? Okay. So how many panels are needed like for this particular home?
Okay, this install the number of panels based on the roof size available. So we optimize this roof space and install like 40 panels for this home. As you can see, 40 panels roughly saves the owner about $500 on electricity bills.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes they can even save more based on the power output per panel.
So just now I saw, I took a glimpse of the bills, Derek, for the last 2 years. So we sort of like printed out the last 24 months of SP services bills.
Yeah.
Every bill is like $0.
I'm very surprised because I didn't expect that the bill will always come out with zero. So actually what I have is just a year ago, one whole year of bill. This is a recent one in September, August, all the way to last year is always zero.
It's like month after month, it's always like zero. And then there's this like Very interesting figure at the bottom, which is like this minus $1,000+. This is like the credit, right?
That is credit. Like for example, because you can see that this is the consumption of the electricity, and you can see that even after consuming, I'm still negative 101 for this month. So basically, I'm using all the electricity that I want, and end of the day, I still earn about $100 of credit, which this can be used to offset whatever water utilities and other charges.
So what is this term called selling back to the grid?
I always think, how do we get free stuff from the sun, right? So it's a very good thing. So we are actually enjoying free electricity. At the same time, if there's any extra power that we generated during the day, we can actually sell it back to the grid.
So what happens is, let's say, example, your solar panel generates like 10 kilowatt hour of energy. It will straight away be used to self-consume for any items in the house, any electrical appliance in the house. And if there's no other electrical appliance to substantiate on the energy, then this excess energy will immediately be sold back to the power grid. So when you sell back to this scheme is called Simplified Credit Scheme.
Simplified Credit Scheme,
Yeah,
okay.
this under SP, it comes up with the term.
Right.
And there's another scheme called ECIS. The main crux of the matter is that for any excess energy that you export out to the grid, you will be remunerated.
So will they pay you back in cash?
They will pay you back in cash. First, they will offset all your water bills, your refuse removal bills, and if there's any excess further, they will allow it to accumulate by the end of the year. Then you can ask them to just e-gyro to your account.
But I prefer to put it in there because
Store as credit.
Sell a credit. So if next time, if I have more people come in and use the electricity much more, I will just offset from the credit. So it's always still zero. For this case, I will just continue to be on the credit.
Maybe let's do some math here, right? This home, how much does it cost Derek to install solar panel? I'm going to take out my calculator. Right?
$25,000.
$25,000,
Yeah.
okay. And then it will last roughly for how many years?
It will last for about 30 plus years.
30+ years, okay. Can I safely say 30?
Yep, sure.
Okay. So that means per year, Derek is spending at about $833.33 to do this solar panel.
Yep.
And per month, he will save, I mean, like for landed property, I mean, nowadays, even for HDB, it can go up to $300-400,
Yep.
right? If they on aircon every day.
Yep.
Condominium, maybe between $400 to $600-700, depending on how much they use. Landed property, $500 to $1,000 or $1,000 odd. So 833 divided by 12 months, basically Derek is paying like $69 per month for installing this solar panel. Then on top of that, he's saving maybe $500 to $1,000 a month.
He's saving about $500 to $1,000 a month.
Right. And he still sort of earn money back.
He still gets money back.
Right. Is that how a landed owner would think nowadays?
No, they do not know that they can actually sell the excess energy back to the grid. They
Right.
do not know that they can get remunerated from them.
Okay.
So the awareness, it still needs to be created, need to be communicated with homeowners. Their perception is that I always need a battery, but the grid system is amazing in Singapore. You can sell excess energy, you can get remunerated from there.
Right.
We also can fight against inflation. It's very funny because why? The electricity bill will always go up. The tariff rate will always go up. But don't forget, when you sell it back to them, the rate will be going up also.
And they pay you the
they will pay you
inflated
the,
amount.
So which means that the import and the export, you'll go up together, and there's always the delta. Always. So even my electricity go to 40 cents per kilowatts, I'm not worried because I'm going to selling them like 34 cents. They go at 50 cents, I'm selling them at 40 over cents. So there's also a solar panel in a way that, from my perspective, is fighting against the inflation.
Okay. Is the installation of the solar panel part of your plan all along, or was it something that maybe midway through a renovation then you think that, hey, maybe I should explore solar panel?
Good question. I think this is something that I all the while want to do it for my house. Unfortunately, for my old house, they don't have enough roof space. For this house, I purposely make the roof very flat. So I was working with Satish to see what can we do to maximize the space.
I see.
Yeah, I did actually find a few quotation, few proposal, but I end up with Satish is because I think we work together very closely and they are able to maximize the space that I have on top. If you compare to competitors, I'm actually able to do a 30% more panel being installed on my roof.
We have a strong dynamic team, the reason being training. And I think the word expertise is very underrated, expertise. That's our key USP, but that is very important because we do have multiple trainings for our sales, even for our technical team. They ask our sales to come down to the office, hey, this technical knowledge, learn this. So because whenever they go and talk to a homeowner, the homeowner will need to have, solar is new.
Right.
Yeah, you need to explain solar to homeowners. They need to know that you are confident in knowing what you are doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Your product knowledge.
The product knowledge, price point, affordability, and knowing that there's not going to be any issues. So the word expertise is very underrated as a USP.
Right.
But it's really important. So I always take the time, the effort, and my senior partners also take the time and effort to educate, give a lot of knowledge to our technical team. Even as simple as telling our general worker, when you go to homeowner's house, lay protection. So the main thing is that I always tell them is do solar, propose solar, and do solar like as if it's for your own home.
Right.
So when you go with that mentality, then homeowners are naturally drawn to you. And when you hone your knowledge, success will just follow.
You seem like a person that likes to plan in advance also, and you sort of like strategize, like just as you mentioned, your previous landed, you couldn't do it because your roof was smaller. Here, you are hunting for somebody that can maximize the amount of solar panel, and you want like more solar panels.
More solar panels,
Okay.
and the good thing is that because it's on an elevated ground, so you can see the surrounding of my house, there's no trees. So it's a very kind of open, you can full expose of the sun. So I realized also that why I also want to build a solar panel is because the house actually comes down a few degrees. That is also one benefit, and I don't believe it, but once I move in, my house is cooler. Yeah, before installation and after installation, I found there's a difference. And second thing is that if your solar panel as a first layer, your roof may be protected, so maybe your durability of your roof may be also better.
Right. So that means like it sort of thickens the roof.
Yes, correct. Because the rain and shine is directly on the panel rather than on the roof.
Oh, yeah, and the roof will transmit the heat into the structure like
Correct. So
okay.
it will dissipate the heat away before the direct sunlight hit the roof, right?
Okay. Yeah, and you also prevent any potential like accidental damage to the home, the flooring and stuff like that.
It will happen. That goes without saying.
Right.
All these kind of things, when we've done about like 750 installations. Surely they'll be bound to have some mishaps, but about how people will trust us when they know how fast and how efficient we solve.
Rectification and service.
Very important.
Great. Let's have a look at this roof. So when you first came to this home, has the roof been sort of like completed already? And like usually solar panel, they come in at the final stage, right? Let's say of a A&A or renovation.
Yeah.
What are the things you look out for before you give a suggestion to the client?
So when we need to ensure that the roof is complete first. Waterproofing works all done. So we will send our guys down to do a side recce.
Right.
Then they'll head up to the roof and they will do this additional thing to highlight to the homeowners if there's any waterproofing issues, any leakage issues and all. And then we'll snap some pictures, send to the homeowner, and then we'll tell the homeowner, hey, do you want to rectify this? Because if we're going to put solar panels and after that there's some issues, it's not going to be great.
Then you have to take out the solar panel and repair it. Right. I see.
So we will advise to the homeowner that you need to get a waterproofing job done.
Right. Now, when you first sat down with PMCE, with Satish, what are some of the things that you look at? Like, for example, maybe some of the landed owners in the market, they didn't have time to really study about solar panel. And maybe in the market, some people would think that, hey, is solar panel a myth? Like, I spend 20, 30,000 to do it. Can I really save money? Because like, what if it spoils after 10 years, 15 years? Like, if I divide by the amount of years, then I have to redo again. Will I really save money? What are some of the numbers you look at?
Yeah, I think that's a very good question. I have the same myth also before I install. So that's the reason why I think Satish helped me a lot to understand that after installation, what is the upfront hefty amount that I need to pay. And we work out based on the estimation or exposure of the panels, number of hours per day with the capacity, what is the break even. So we calculate based on paper calculation, it was like about 6.5 years. But based on my data that I collected for 2 years, I work it out is I could break even within 5 years. So that is not a myth, that is really true, that is very beneficial to have a solar panel.
So usually, like, how long does the installation take?
Usually it'll take about 3 days. First day, bring all the items, planning, delegation, our supervisor, along with the other men, will have a toolbox meeting. Okay, this is RC roof. These are the things we need to do. Homeowner probably already stated their demands or their requests. Then the supervisor will make known to the workers, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is the request, okay, adhere accordingly. Then lay protection, then start the works. A team will be doing the electrical component works over here.
This is the one?
Yeah, this is the inverter. So this is the brain of the system, inverter, which converts whatever generating from the solar panel to whatever is going to be supplied as for the house usage.
I see. Yeah. So it
converts
DC, the energy.
DC to AC.
Right.
Solar panel generates DC energy.
I see.
Yeah. Then it converts to AC.
And pass to the DB box.
Yeah, it passes to the DB box. Then from the main DB, it will distribute to any electrical appliances.
Can this store energy as well?
No, cannot. Instant transfer.
So what if like there's one whole week of rainy day, very minimal sunlight, will it affect your performance?
It does. Yeah, it has to have sunlight. Okay. Yeah. But it will, I mean, cloudy weather, rainy weather, we cannot stop it. Yeah, it will definitely affect the performance. But whenever we propose to customers, we already would have factored that in. So even if it rains, now customers are just treating it as like, oh, the rainwater is just washing away the panels.
I mean, like Singapore is so warm, right? Yeah. So hot. Okay, now this kind of roof, maybe on the surface it looks like quite easy to install. Are there roofs that cannot install solar panels? Example like slanted roofs or like.
We can install solar panels in any angle possible.
Okay, including like this type.
We can, but I'll advise customers against installing this type of roof. Usually we will weigh out the economical benefits for them. Reason being is, let's say they need to erect a scaffolding for access all the way. A lot of people may be dissuaded by the scaffolding cost, and for this type of complexity it takes longer time to do. Safety needs to be in place. It's more expensive.
And the tiles might fall off.
Tiles might fall off. Chances for leakages, but in this type of roofs, it depends. If let's say this is the roof space is like 3 times of this size over here, then it makes a lot of sense to pay the scaffolding. Because economically really it makes sense. Yeah.
So you will calculate for that.
We will calculate for that.
So this time is you will straight away mount the panel on the tiles.
We won't touch the tiles. We won't do any mounting on the tiles. What we will do, we will remove the tiles. Then there's rafters, wooden rafters below the tiles. Yeah. So we will put our hooks, which is crooked hooks, and then we will drill our crooked hooks, and then we will shave just the underneath of the tiles to ensure that these hooks nicely stay on top.
I see.
And then we will lay our structures. Then after that, we will put the panels. So the panels nor the structures are never in contact with the tiles.
So scaffolding is needed for complex roof structures.
For sure, yeah.
This type don't need scaffolding.
This type, we can just use a ladder access, and then we can use safety lifelines.
How many workers are needed for a 3-day job for this?
4 to 6 workers.
Okay, they are here the whole 3 days.
They were here the whole 3 days.
Okay. How long a warranty does your company provide?
We offer 5 years workmanship warranty, DLT period. We cover everything from nuts to bolts to any pieces, solar panels, be it first 5 years, we cover it.
One-to-one exchange?
One-to-one exchange, yeah. Because we have moving stock every single time, so we can afford to do that. Also, another thing is to give a surety to homeowners that at least they are covered by the time they ROI their project.
So after 5 years, what happens? Let's say on the 10th year, I feel that the performance is dropping, or maybe 3 pieces are malfunction. What happens?
They can still approach us, and we will still be servicing them.
Just like you mentioned, 5 years you collected the data because PMCE has an app, right, for you to monitor.
So if let's say we're going to tell to example Mr. Derek that hey, you're going to be saving like your system is supposed to be performing like 40 kilowatt hour per day. Then he can see from his app, they are paying this much of amount of money. They need to know that their investment is validated. So the more that they see that, then the more they feel inclined towards supporting that solar does make sense. Aside from that, this is a good app to actually see if there's any fault, if we can detect any fault of the system and see the performance in each and every section of the solar panels.
If let's say you were to move to your next landed home, example, maybe you're hunting for somewhere in a different location and stuff, will you still do solar panels?
Yes, I will never regret, and I will always will do that if I have a chance. In a great way, you are also contributing to the environment, you are preserving the environment, you are using the clean energy, sustainability, yes.
Right, just do an initial investment.
Yeah, investment, and then you'll get your benefits after 5 years, for example.
So other than landed homes, what kind of projects do you all do? Does PMCE do?
We do industrial, we do commercial. We started off doing this by a lot of homeowners. They see doing a solar panel system. They introduce to their superior management for their office buildings, and they have their own industrial buildings. So we do solar panels for that. And we do a few landmark projects. Even the latest Asian Clean Energy Summit, we just go ahead and install the BIPV panels.
Thanks for sharing your thoughts as a landed owner, and of course like your expertise and also like education about the solar panel benefits to landed owners. I think this episode will be fantastic especially for landed lovers. Thank you so much. All right, thank you guys. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome. Thanks for helping to install a very nice, beautiful solar panel.
I'm going to install another system for you for free.
Thank you. Not very friendly, but just be careful. I will usually go all the way to the left.
Go all the way to the left.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
okay.
got more space to walk.
Wow.
So this is a concealed area to bust up the karaoke, my movies. I put the speaker behind so that it will be like a movie. You can see the speaker is at the back.
Oh, inside the wall.
Inside the wall.
Oh, okay.
So usually traditional people will put at the side. It's not very neat. I like to be very neat, so everything is seat height.
Oh, here still got sloping down.
Yeah, sloping down so that I can just maybe sit here with the legs dangling here.
Wow, projector, nice. Yeah, movie night lah. PLB movie night. We ran here.